So with the maintenance being announced, I think it's now the perfect time to talk about the Goblin Slayer buffs and what new equipment will be coming. Also, I want to apologize real quick about not uploading these past few days. I've been feeling kind of down with everything going on as well. I just want to take a few days off and just kind of let my mental kind of go back to what it was. Because for a little bit there, OP really wasn't feeling all that. So I just took a few days to step back and just relax and try to get my head back on the right track. But now we back, boys, and it's time to make some content. So let's start off with the first one, which is probably the best unit from Goblin Slayer, which is Priestess. Priestess buffs are pretty nice, not anything too ridiculous, but we'll go over what she does and I'll tell you exactly what was buffed, just in case if you're new to the channel and you didn't know what she did before. So her slots are 5-star heal, 5-star support, and 4-star support. Her skill is she'll heal all allies HP by 600. Her normal art is still the same, 8,800% light damage magic, high chance of blinding the enemy, and plus increasing allies arts by 25. Her true art, for 45 seconds, all allies gain a damage barrier that negates 6,500 damage, and you increase your own skill CT recovery and healing output by 100%. Her ability does still increase poison resist by 50% and increase own arts by 2 per second, increase allies max HP by 10%. So what was buffed here? Her skill actually went from I think 500 to 600, and her true art barrier I think before this was around like 4,500 or 5,000, so that got a buff too. So she's gonna be healing for a lot more. You're gonna be getting a little bit more tanking out of her, and overall it's just gonna be really good. It also could be that just her duration got buffed on the barrier, but I'm not for sure because I never used Priestess like that. Next we have High Elf Archer. High Elf Archer I would say is probably definitely the second best out of all these. She's really good. I think she's very underrated too, but let's talk about what she does. So her slots are 5-star physical, 5-star support, and 4-star physical. Her skill is an 8-second cooldown, 1800% earth damage physical for 5 seconds, reduce enemies attack by 20%. Pretty nice debuff there, not as strong as something like, for example, Rim or Liger. I think Liger also reduces attack now, or it may just be defense, I don't know. Normal is 17,000% earth damage physical, high chance of inflicting feint. If enemy was feinted by this art for 10 seconds, reduce that enemy's physical resistance by 40%, 2,200 break. So the normal art multiplier did get buffed, and I think that also the enemy resist also got buffed as well. And the true art definitely got buffed. Her new multiplier is 37,000% earth damage physical for 12 seconds, increase allies crit rate by 100% and evasion by 20%, 3,500 break. Abilities is increase critical damage by 60%, increase own evasion by 10%, and increase own accuracy by 30%. And then last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Goblin Slayer. Slots are 5-star physical, 5-star defense, and 4-star physical. His skill is a 9-second cooldown, 1,100% dark damage physical, permanently increases own damage and break power every time skill is used up to a maximum of 50%. Normal art is 16,000% water damage physical for 10 seconds to reduce enemies break resist by 25% and damage resist by 20%. And his true art is 42,000% dark damage physical. The less HP, the more damage and break power during true arts, up to 200%. For 60 seconds, increase own arc gauge by 2. So what with this right here, what happened was that his normal art and his true art both got buffed pretty good, by the way. Like his true art got a really nice buff of 42,000% now. I think before this it was like in the 30,000s. The thing is too about this is that if you guys don't know is that Goblin Slayer is a stacking art gen unit for himself. Goblin Slayer gives himself 2 art gauge per second, but it's only to himself because he's more of like a berserker type unit. He doesn't really need too much support, just help him get to that first true art or those first like 2 or 3 true arts, and then you can just keep going and going and going. Like he'll get his true art so freaking fast because he'll just keep stacking art gen with himself. So every time you use his true art, you'll get another art gen buff as long as you're still within that 60-second time frame. The main problem with the Goblin Slayer though is that for him to really hit hard, he needs some sort of crit chance, because just like hitting hard and like, you know, constantly increasing your damage against a boss with high defense or against a raid boss or the case may be, without crit chance, you're not going to see like any type of like value out of him. You won't see like him like really doing deeps unless you're using crit chance. So if you put him on a team like that, then you may see that, but for most content in the game, Goblin Slayer really can't show his full potential. Really, he can only show it in raids, and then it's kind of sucky because in raids, you know, we have already really good raid units like Berwick, Vox, Dalia. I think Goblin Slayer got overshadowed just a little bit. I really want him just to be like a weaker Dalia, but of course that doesn't seem like that's what they wanted to go with the buff. But that is all the buffs that are coming to Goblin Slayer for the units. For the equipment, I actually don't know if they were nerfed whenever they came out to global or not, but if they were nerfed, then they'll be buffed up to their JP self upon the release of this crossover. But I want to talk about the new equips that are coming. Now, if you are completely new to this game and you want to see everything Goblin Slayer has to offer, I'll have a link down below to the video that I did a while ago talking about Goblin Slayer whenever it first came to global. I went over all the equipment in that and everything, so definitely check that out. Also, why haven't you hit the like button yet? What are you doing? Also, you haven't hit subscribe either, bro! Now moving on to the new equips that are coming to GS. This is coming with the Goblin Slayer stuff. So we have a brand new 5-star support item. This will be a gacha equip. This gacha equip is 250 HP, 125 attack, 125 defense, and its skill is for 30 seconds. You switch between modes on each use. Support mode for 15 seconds increase target's arc gauge by 8, and defense mode for 15 seconds decrease target's damage taken by 10% and decrease target's dark damage taken by 10%. I don't think this is like a brand new OP AF like support item. Overall, I think it's just solid. I think this may just be in the dumpster, to be honest. They could have some uses, but for right now, I don't really see one. And then we have the brand new event item coming with this collab as well. The brand new event item is Goblin Slayer's Shield. This is a 5-star defense item, 500 defense. Its skill is a 40-second cooldown. For 10 seconds, reduce target's damage taken by 15%. If target is near death, reduce damage taken by 35% instead. And its ability is when under a shield, increase own defense by 20%. This is really bad. I don't think this is really good at all. Only reason why I say this may have some use is because of Goblin Slayer himself. This is an equip that is meant to be used on Goblin Slayer because he has a 5-star defense item, and Goblin Slayer does more damage when he's near death. You want him to stay alive when he's near death and not die, so this is a really good equip because this will reduce his damage taken by 35% when his health is red, which is in the near death state. But the problem with that too is that I don't think this is going to keep Goblin Slayer alive against harder content. We'll have to see. But this definitely has a use specifically on Goblin Slayer. It may have uses on other units as well. I could see this possibly being used on someone like Shugimoto, but overall I don't think it's like, you know, super top tier. I would say probably just farm one of them and then get out. But guys, that is all the buffs and the new equips coming to Goblin Slayer for Grand Summoners. Now I want to say too is that we don't know if these are going to be the exact buffs coming to global. I'm assuming they are because usually that's what they do nowadays. They usually always buff up stuff that ran the first time with the Japanese stuff that got buffed. So I'm pretty sure we'll get the exact same buffs. But guys, thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy OP. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more content on the channel. Y'all been absolutely killing it lately with the support, and I cannot thank you guys enough. It's just wild to me whenever, you know, I work really hard on making these videos. I try to do the best I can. You know, sometimes I record a video like 4 to 5 times before I actually like really enjoy like what I made with it. So it's really nice to just see it pay off and you guys enjoy the videos and all that. So I can't thank you guys enough. But guys, thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy OP, and I'm out, guys. Don't forget to drink water.